Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome back to my Let's Play of the Kerbal space program. Now here we are at our space centre, and I've been having a bit of a think, and I've been checking a few things out. And we've been doing a lot of science exploration around the space centre. We did that with our little buggy. We've done a lot of science exploration in the mountains and on the planet Kerbin itself. Last episode we got up in through the atmosphere into space, and we went in space over Kerbin, did some science and reports up there, and we went higher than we ever have been before, into a really big orbit. Well, it's quite a big orbit anyway, and did some science up there too. So we really are starting to expand out in all the different directions. I've still got that perform visual surveys of Kerbin thing to do on the other side of the planet, but I've been having a look, and I think we might be able to get to the moon. Let's have a look. Now, to get to the moon, I would require a bigger spaceship and the use of maneuver nodes, so I could actually plan an intercept with the moon. Now, for maneuver nodes, I'm going to need to upgrade the tracking station. That's 140,000. And for more parts, I would need to upgrade the assembly building. That's 210. So what's 210 and 140? That's 350,000 credits. That's a lot. Quite a lot. And that's actually nearly all of our money to upgrade those two. However, to get to the moon, I think it's going to have to happen. We're also going to have to unlock a load of parts because we didn't unlock them all at the beginning. Having said that, though, there is that contract, Explore the Moon. Now, this contract never expires, and when we take it, I don't think it expires whilst we've got it either. Which this failure thing, I'm not sure about that. I don't know why there's a failure in there if there's no time on this. But we get 24,000, which will help our cash flow situation. I'm sure we'll be able to build a ship for, what, we'll have about 70,000 left, I think? Maybe a bit more? No, 100 and something thousand? I'm sure we'll be able to build a ship for that. If not, we can take this and then go do the other contract. That's my backup plan. So let's take this, explore the moon. It's worth quite a lot of science and quite a lot of money. 120,000 on completion of all four activities, and a well over 60,000 in credits the other way. I didn't take that, did I? Let's go back. Accept contract. There we go. Oh, there we go. So we're allowed up to 7 contracts now. We don't have to just take these 2. So we can actually do more surveys and stuff as well. But I don't think there's anything that's relevant, so I'm not going to pick them up. Right, so we now got up 446,000. Let's upgrade the tracking station. Bam. Nice. Let's upgrade the vehicle assembly building. Bam. Oh, fantastic. And that, I think, upgraded the crawlway as well. So now we've got mission control upgraded, launch pad, vehicle assembly building, tracking station, and I think, did we do? Yeah, we did the astronaut complex. We haven't done the administration building, and we haven't done R&D. R&D is the next one, but it's going to cost a lot to do. We haven't got the money. 96,000 left in our pockets. Let's head over to the vehicle assembly building. Right, we want to go to space. We want to go to the moon, so let's buy some stuff. I think we'll use the Mark 1 command pods. Let's get that out here first. There we go. Now, bearing in mind, I've never done this before, so it's going to be a bit of a hit and miss. Let's have a look at the fuel tanks. Now, I'm thinking if I get this massive fuel tank here and stick that on the bottom... So if I put a decoupler in so we can separate from that, stick that massive fuel tank on the bottom, that gives us a nice wide base for our lander. Probably going to need the T600 fuel tank later on as well, so I'm going to buy that. There we go. Don't think we'll need anything else. Engines, I think if I put some of these Rockermax, I need to buy them. Come on, purchase. Yes, if we put some of these kind of on the side as our main engines for the for the lander, I like that. Let's go down to commanding. No, we don't need any command and control. Structural. Now, I think we're going to need some of these strut connectors. I've been wanting to buy these for a while. The bigger the ships we make, the more floppy parts tend to be. So we'll buy that. And a nice launch stability sounds like a good idea as well. So I'll buy that. But we won't put them on just yet. Let's work our way down. Aerodynamics. Probably won't need any of them. Utilities. Maybe we need a couple of these. I think we're going to need some battery packs on this thing. We're going to be flying out there for quite some time. And I'd like to store more electrical charge than just what's stored in the command pod, really. That way we can transmit stuff a lot easier. And oh, actually, while I'm here, we'll take out the monopropellant. We don't need that. We're not going to put RCS on this thing. So which battery pack to take? Well, if I take these ones here, the Z100s, I can kind of place them on the side here like this. That could be good. So if I put some there and some sort of there, I might need to move them later. They're on both sides. That gives us 4 more. That's nice. Oh, some lights would be quite cool. We'll get some of these Illuminator Mark 1s. I'm not sure about the Mark 2s. I don't like the extra wide. I thought these might help us with landing. So if we put some of these on here, you can see on the surface better when we're trying to land this lander. But I'll pop them on later. And we've got all our different bits and bobs here. I'm not going to take science modules this time. I'm going to try and get this there just to do crude reports and stuff. Actually, I might put a thermometer on, though, because it's tiny and doesn't really weigh anything. So let's just have one of those. Put it there. And probably a communicator as well, so we can actually communicate back our findings. There we go. Right, well, this is going to need parachutes, but this is the start of my lander. I actually thought one thing that a lander should really have is landing struts. Really good idea, I think. I'm going to put 4 of them on. I'm going to have to move those battery packs, I think. But yeah, I think that's a good idea, because then when these are extended, this is our lander like this. Right, well, I'm not going to make you watch me build the whole rocket underneath this. My plan is to have various different stages. What I will do is I'll go away, I will build the rest of this to launch our lander. I'll probably tweak the lander as well, put the lights on, put the parachute on, and I will be right back. Okay, so this is so far as I've got right now. I've done some tweaking up the top here to fit in the lights. I've also added some solar panels to recharge those batteries. I've got these lower sections here with plenty of fuel. There's a nice little engine in the middle here. This top stage is what I'm going to use to get to the moon. Then this and then the very top stage, the lander over here, is what I'm going to use to land, and then hopefully get back to Kerbin. And these side bits I'm going to use to help us get there. Now the problem is that I don't think it's going to be enough, and nowhere near enough to get there. So I accidentally took them off. I didn't mean to. I'm going to remove these support struts here, and you can see I've got these liquid fuel ducts. They're going to be quite important. So what I'm going to do is just detach this, and I'm going to put it on lower down to allow me to put more tanks on. And I'm also going to put 4 of them on in symmetry. Oh, no, don't want to do that. Symmetry mode. There we go. Now I'm just going to undo the fuel duct there. We'll redo that later. I'm going to put another fuel tank on here as well. If I actually click the right button, there we are, fuel tank. And oh no, I accidentally put 3 on. I didn't mean to put 3 on, I meant to put more than 3. I wanted to put 4. There we go. Better. Fantastic. Now, I reckon... Shall I put more fuel? Yeah, more fuel. Now, does that actually hit our lander? Looks like it might do. So let's see if we can bring this down ever so slightly. Nope, did not mean to do that. think I have to pick it up by this part. Nope. That's not right. Oh, will that do it? Oh, that's it. There's enough of a gap there. Brilliant. Okay. Now, earlier on I purchased that structural connector here. That's going to be important. I'm going to put, because it's connected down the bottom here, these would wobble about a lot. So I'm going to come to the top, put one connector there, and then attach it to the main body there. Yeah, that looks quite even. Ish. Slightly wonky, but it's symmetrical and wonky, so that's okay. Right. Now I have no idea whether this is going to do it. We only have one shot at this. If this doesn't work, yeah, we've had it, basically. So let's check the staging on this. All the engines fire at once. Then there's two of the sides decouple. No, that's not right. We want two of these to decouple separately. So we'll have let's see. I want the front and that's the back. So I want the back and the front to decouple this one. Is it that one? No, that one. Decouple separately, but the other way around. So let's move 4 up to 3. There we go. So first thing that decouples are these two side ones. So we need to get the fuel line. Where's the fuel line? There it is, fuel line. So those side ones we want to feed into the other two side ones. So fuel into there, like that. Now I did that in symmetry mode with 4. I only wanted symmetry mode with 2. Is it going to let me do that? No. So I'm going to have to do it one by one. So we're going from up here to down there on that one. And then if I go around here, we're going from up here to down here on that one. And then when those have run out, these side ones over here are going into the middle one. Hopefully that's a nice efficient way of doing it. Oh, gold. I did not mean to do that. There we go. And now I need to just do the other side over here. So what was it like? Kind of there. Down to there. Brilliant. And as you can see, I put some wingy bits on this as well. Wingy bits are very important. And let's put those structural support struts back. All 4 of them. There we go. Now we want them to let go at the same time as the engine's firing, because if they let go and the engines aren't firing, that'd be very bad. Looks like we've got a bit of a graphical bug or glitch down here, but I'm going to just reload this anyway and save this. This is the Moonlander Mark 1. Let's save. And I'm going to give it a quick checking over and take over to the launch pad. See you at the launch pad. And here we go, on the launch pad with our first ever Moonlander. Ooh, exciting times this. I'm really... Pac-Man's down there, ready, in the command pod. He's excited too. Let's bring up our fuels. There's our fuels. Let's put the SAS on. We're doing all our checks here. I'm going to check the staging. All of the rockets fire. Brilliant. Then these two, the front and back, decouple. When they've ran out. Then the two side ones decouple when they've ran out. And then the bottom decouples when it's run out. The main engine and the main burner fires. And then our lander detaches, our lander engines fire. Then the whole capsule on the top drops off for landing back on Kerbin with that parachute. Okay. This is so not going to work. So this is it. We're off. I'm just going to save the game in case we have any crashes or glitches or anything like that. And we will get going. Okay, just before we launched, I decided to bring the vehicle back into the vehicle assembly building and take off these top 4 tanks here. We had 1, 2, 3... We had 12 tanks there, plus the 3 in the middle. And only 5 little engines on the bottom. I felt it was just way too much. Haven't done the calculations, but hopefully I was right in doing that. So I'm going to save that. And we're going to make sure we've still got, Pac-Man, and we're going to head back out to the launch pad. Okay, so here we are back on the launch pad, ready to go. And one thing I did just before we came back out of that vehicle assembly building is that I just put a couple of Separatrons on the first stage there to help them peel away. I got worried that, you know, detaching these in the atmosphere was going to be a bad thing. I kind of want this to work. It's got to be a bit of an all or none shot, so I'm just really trying to stack this thing out with everything possible. Now those Separatrons that I whacked on there are in their incorrect staging. We want to bring them up to here. There we go. So they should fire at the same time as the decouplers, and they're throttled to have full throttle but half fuel. So it's a very short, very sharp burst. Well, let's see how it goes. SAS on. May as well turn the lights on. Why not? We put them on there. We've paid for them. Throttle to maximum, and 3, 2, 1. Off to the moon, Pac-Man. Launch. Good. Nice clean launch there. That was one thing that I was worried about, is whether we would actually get away cleanly, but those support struts obviously doing their job. Now this is the first major hurdle that I think is the fact that these I want to get these 2 side tanks off when they're empty, and I'm a little bit worried that it's all going to go horribly wrong, but we'll see about that. So our surface speed is doing okay. Let's just zoom out ever so slightly. It's a funny looking craft, but kind of like it. Going down in history books, this one, if it works. I have no idea if this is going to work. So here we go. We're about to leave the first stage of separation at just over 4,000 meters, and there. Oh my word, that worked brilliantly. I'm happy with that. We're still accelerating, I think. No, we're decelerating ever so slightly because of the amount of fuel, and we've only got 3 engines now, but now we're accelerating again. So there was a slight dip in our acceleration there. That's not good. Not good at all, really. Never mind. I will be able to correct for the most part. We're nearly at 10,000, which is where I want to start bringing the vessel over onto its side. We're just starting to get a bit of speed up now. Yep, there we are. That's as good as 10,000. So I'm going to bring it over onto this 90-degree mark. There we go. And we're going to probably do the rest of this in map mode. So, oh no, come on, keep there at the 90. Sorry, not 90 degrees, 45 degrees. So here we go. Now let's have a look at this. What we're looking at, we are looking at 19 seconds, 20 seconds. So it's getting further away from the Acropolis, which is fine. The Acropolis is increasing. That's good as well. I want it around the 30 seconds, 30 to 40 second mark, I think. So once we get that far away, we're going to start changing the angle to address that. Now let's see. If we're getting further away, maybe we want to shallow it out. I can't remember now which way around it is. But I'm hoping that we've got enough fuel to really bring our altitude up. Oh, the side ones have gone. Let's separate those side ones. Good, those side ones separated pretty good. We don't want to be carrying that extra weight. The longer we're carrying that extra weight, the worse that it is. And as you can see now, I think we've actually increased, yes, we've increased our velocity slightly, and we need to dial this angle back. We're getting too close to that Acropolis too quickly. 22 seconds it says at the minute for the intercept, and I wouldn't have that time if we hadn't have upgraded the tracking station. It's still saying 22 seconds, so probably going to keep it more or less where it is. Fuel is doing okay, not brilliant. I would have liked to have got higher at this point, but never mind. 32 meters, right. Well, I'm going to let this stage burn out. I'm probably actually going to need a bigger gap in time, so let's just bring us pointing up a little bit more. So I'm going to let this burn for a little while, and I will see you very shortly. Okay, so we're nearly out of fuel on our main booster stage. We're nearly in space. We're about 1 minute away from that point there. I'm going to bring the ship right over on its last bit of burning, and it is out. Ditch. Full power on this stage, and this stage just needs to keep going and going and going. We are not in space yet. We need to keep climbing. We're about 1 minute away from that Propolis. If I just click on it as well, I think it stays. There we go. Don't have to keep hovering over it. 71, 72, 73 would probably do it. There we are, 73. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the craft over completely on its side. There we go. And we're going to burn sidewards. Because what I want to do is get this out into an orbit. And to get this into an orbit, which I think I just about managed to do there. What's that? 143. Let's bring that down. 123. That'll do. To get this into an orbit, it says it's a 2-minute 30 burn. So we're burning already. And we're probably going to need a bit more of a burn because we're only 26 seconds away from the node, which means really want to complete this whole burn in about a minute. So we need a bit more power. So this is where the top engines come in. We're going to get this burn done a little bit quicker. We're at T-7. Let's just quickly cut those engines. We're going to add a new stage. We're going to we're just going to activate the engine manually. Activate that engine manually. And then we're going to switch back and throttle up. No? Quick back. What's going on? What's going on? Why aren't we throttling up? Oh yeah, it is working. Maximum power. Here it goes. So we're just giving ourselves an extra bit of boost to try and get ourselves in orbit because that engine that we've got is a bit weak and feeble. That is about done. So I'm going to now deactivate the engines, shut down that engine, shut down that engine. It gave us that little bit of a boost that we needed, and now we're going to carry on with this engine for a while. So there we go. We don't really want, we kind of want to just keep this. Whoa, hang on a second. We've got further away from our Propolis. I want to wait until we get there to push out our periaps to make this more efficient. So let's bring up our nav ball and set our Kerbal to follow the prograde vector, which is the vector along the arc. That maneuver is pretty pointless now. We're going to just do this manually by eye. I just needed to know it for the timing. Hopefully I didn't use too much fuel inefficiently getting myself that extra boost. But this little tiny fuel duct here should keep this top fuel tank full, despite us using these extra engines for that extra boost, really, to get us into orbit. It looks good. It looks okay. So, speed up time just a little bit until we get closer to the Propolis. That will pretty much do. Now you can see, now we're not out of speediness. Our Kerbal's adjusted our angle. We're going to burn that out, and as soon as they flip over, we're going to stop. Here they go. They're flipping, and that will do. We've got an 80 and a 97. We're in orbit. We're in orbit with our moon lander. Brilliant. We have some fuel left, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough to get us to the moon. Now, if we can get this lander to the moon, I'm fairly sure we can actually land it, and there's a good chance we might be able to bring it back because it is full of fuel. But never mind. Let's see about actually getting to the moon. So there's the moon. I'm going to set it as a target. Now, let's add a maneuver node No. Well, we could focus on Kerbin, actually. Let's add a maneuver. What on earth was that? Let's add a maneuver node here. We're going to bring it out until it... careful. Until it intersects... That looks like it's close to an intersect of the orbit of the moon. Then we're going to try and actually grab the node itself and just rotate it round until... Ah, there we are, look. We've got an intercept. Now what I'm going to do now is bring down the amount of throttle needed for that intercept. We want to do the most efficient intercept possible. Probably that. We want to burn as little as possible. This says it's going to take 2 minutes of burning to get there, which I think is terrible, really, because of that engine. Then again, we could just use the top engines a little bit as well. Just wiggling this about, seeing how much of a... We don't have much of a margin of error, so we will have to give it a go from there. There we go. That's what we're going to do. I don't know if this is going to work. So we need to wait until we get around to that bit. It says 2 minutes of burning. So we need to burn for a minute before and then burn for a minute after. That's terrible. What we're going to do is we're going to get closer than 2 minutes and use the top engines again, I think. Yeah, we're going to use the top engines again. So let's just get down here. We're going to manually activate this engine here. And this one here. I don't know how that engine ended up in that staging, but never mind. The fuel at the top there is still full. It is going to stay full. We're going to be using the fuel from the bottom tank here. Now, I don't know exactly. Let's just do a microscopic burn now. Now, according to this, now it's saying 11 seconds. That's more like it. I don't know if we have 11 seconds worth of fuel, but we will see. Let's bring this capsule round. I'm not sure about this intersect. It is saying we're going to enter the sphere of influence of the moon. Right, here we go. Coming up, it's only an 11-second burn, so we need to be careful. Let's get out of map mode for a moment. Actually, should we put this in map mode? I think we probably should have this in map mode. We're not going to be following that. We're going to be following this pointer here. This blue bit is our maneuver node. There we go. So 11 seconds is the burn. So we're going to start that just a couple of seconds before we actually get to that point there. So, but I'm going to do it whilst watching it in map mode because we want to make sure that we do actually hit the right point. So let's leave it there. Let's say 1 minute. So let's fast forward 1 minute. Ooh, don't want to overshoot. With about 5 seconds left, I'm going to give it a burst. 8, 7, 6, 5. Throttling up. 4. Oh no, it's saying 25 seconds now. So never mind. We're just going to do that. Hopefully, we're going to use. And we're not going to use all the fuel straight away. We are going to run out of fuel here at this rate. There goes the main fuel. We're on our secondary fuel already. But as soon as we get an intercept, we're going to cut this now. There. That'll do. Right. Let's have a look. Right, here's our craft. The main fuel down the bottom here is completely spent. So let's ditch that. I think did I ditch that? I have no idea what's going on here. Let's shut down this engine and shut down this engine. This should have decoupled. So next stage. Oh, there we go. There we go. There's the decouple. Now this tank is not full. I wanted this tank to be full on our trip to the moon, but it's not. There could be a chance here that we don't bring Pac-Man back just yet. We'll see. There's the moon at the minute. We're heading for an intercept course. Let's remove that maneuver node. There's no point in having that there. Right, and let's go forward in time. Here we go. So we're leaving the planet Kerbin and heading out on this weird trajectory. And we're actually taking with us this fuel canister. It's just behind us, I think. There it is, 8 kilometers behind us. That's probably just going to keep floating round and round and round until I either blow it up or do something with it. But here we go. We're going to just fast forward now. We're going to actually, I want to focus. There we are, focusing on the moon lander. Now, let's see how this works. Here comes the moon. Here comes us. Hopefully we're going to get an intercept or a moon slingshot of some description, and we'll be able to burn our way into the moon. Slowing down time just a little bit. And intercept. Brilliant. Okay. Now, I was thinking to bring it into an orbit and then pick a landing spot, but to be honest, I don't like that idea. We haven't got the fuel to do that, so I'm thinking if I do a maneuver here and just... Have I still got a maneuver node over here? I have no idea. Yeah, if I do a maneuver here and just bring that... yeah, bring that in. Whoa, 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 way too much. And if we actually do like a crash landing jobby like that, because I think putting myself in orbit is going to use more fuel. That's going to be about a 9-second burn according to this. I think I can afford 9 seconds. So here's the moon, here's us. Let's get ourselves aligned. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. Now we have our lights on already. We may as well put our landing gear out in a bit, very soon, not just yet. So we've got an hour until we're in, we're at that point. So let's just speed up time a little bit. Here we go. Pac-Man, looks like you're going to get to the moon. Might have to make another craft to bring you back, but we'll see. 9-second burn for landing. Okay, there we go. Getting close now, only 32 minutes until we do our burn. And let's speed up time just a little bit more. We want to be at just the right point. It says 9 seconds. Do I trust that it is 9 seconds? 4 minutes, 2 minutes. Go, burn. It is 9 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and flomp. There we go. Now apparently the camera decided to switch us around, and that's because we are now going to crash into the moon. Whey! Oh dear. Oh, what a really dirty way of getting to the moon this has been. We've got debris everywhere. That moonlander debris, it looks like it's... Yeah, the debris has actually intersected the moon's sphere of influence as well. It's going to get flicked off into space by the looks of it. Oh, well, let's speed our... Let's just see. We're not accelerating, are we? No, let's speed ourselves up. Here we go. As the moon rotates round Kerbin, we're going to come in. And we're coming in for a landing now. So this is going to be tricky. Let's turn our lander so the bottom is facing this moon, sort of. Let's just speed up time just a little bit to give us an idea of this sort of... Oh, we're coming in at this sort of angle. Okay. So we're going to be needing to... let's see. Yeah, we're going to need to thrust kind of this way to slow our descent. Let's bring that gear out now. Brilliant. The light shining on the base of the gear there gives us some nice white points to be able to see what's going on. And I'm going to get quite close before I start slowing our sidewards momentum. 33,000, I think. No, 300,000, sorry. 200,000 at my mark. 150,000 now. This looks like a fairly good place to land coming from this, but that's about 100,000. We're still way up in orbit. In fact, we're actually accelerating down to the surface, so we're going to have to slow that acceleration. So let's just put ourselves on our prograde and just give ourselves a bit of a burn. Just try and slow ourselves down a little bit. 77,000, 75, 70, 65, 55. Just a bit more of a burn. I don't want to crash into the surface. $45,000. Coming into the darker sectors now. Oh god, I'm getting worried. Getting worried. Okay, 20,000. We need to slow our speed a bit more than this, I think. Yeah, we're down to 200. 16,000. Looks like we're just going to miss this crater, I think. 14, 13. Let's get down to 5,000 and then we'll start worrying about our speed a little bit more. Here we go. Right. Let's max that out. Bring our speed right down. 90. I can deal with 90 a lot better. $50 meters per second. 35 meters per second. I think we'll leave it like that just for a little while. Come on, Pac-Man, you can do it. You can land this. Just gently thrust in along our vector. We're getting very close now, bringing our speed down. You can see the lights are converging on the surface. Oh, well, there we go. I just did a bit too much of a burn there. 1 meters per second, 10. Let's just... We're getting very close. Just some gentle burns now. Come on. Here we go. No! No. Yes! Yes! Did it! Pac-Man, you're on the moon, mate. You are on the moon. Oh, wow, brilliant. We haven't got a lot of fuel. We haven't got a lot of fuel. Oh, dear. Pac-Man, I don't know if we're going to have to send a rescue party or what. But we are on the moon. Let's do a crew report. Now, we're on the dark side of the moon at the moment. And I'm hoping that it will rotate round and not be permanently on the dark side, but we'll see. Let's do a crew report. 20 science for that. Let's keep that crew report for now. Let's EVA. There he is. There's our little man. Let's do an EVA report. Report from space just above the moon's midlands. What we didn't do is actually science in space whilst we was orbiting the moon, but never mind. Let's keep that data as well. Let's store it in there. And I guess let's get off and get down and get onto the surface. Hey! And let's do an EVA report. Keep the data and plant a flag. Brilliant. Site name. Moon. Yeah. Well done. Let's turn our RCS on our jetpack there. And we can actually float around on the moon. I think that the gravity on the moon is low enough that we can actually almost take off with our jetpack, which is not good. Got to be a little bit more careful than that. Yeah, brilliant. Oh, let's do a bit of explore. I'm really worried that this guy's not going to get back. Oh well. We need enough thrust to. Now it took us, I think it was about 9 seconds to get our escape momentum. Sorry, to stop us escaping the moon and to actually crash into it. So I'm hoping it's going to take about the same to get out, but it's not. It really isn't. So what we're going to do is we're just going to... we've had a little run around. We've planted a flag. We've done a bit of science. Let's get back. Let's get back in. So, come on. Oh dear, crashed into the lander. Get up, mate. There we are. Turn your RCS off. There we go. Just come over here and grab hold of that for us. Grab hold of it. Jump and grab. Oh my word, what a jump. There we are. Board back inside. Well done, Pac-Man. I don't think we can take a temperature reading. I brought this just in case. Let's have a look. Log temperature. Oh, you can. Brilliant. Keep that data as well. Well, there we have it. Pac-Man is on the moon. So there's only one thing left to do now, and that's attempt to get Pac-Man home. And we're going to have to be very careful about the way we plan this. What I want to be able to do is take off and head straight for Kerbin, which I can't even see from here. We've landed there. What happens when I speed up time? Does the moon rotate? No. The moon... Oh, or does it? No, the moon... Oh, God, this is bad. Does not rotate. So we're going to have to go up and out and round and flick. Oh, God, I don't like the sound of this. Do not like the sound of this. Let's give it a go, then. The lights have gone out. We've lost the electrical charge. Well, we're just going to have to take off and get high enough to actually catch some electrical charge. So, here we go. Here's the takeoff. And... we do get control of those nozzles, though, so that's okay. So, let's... There's our boost. Let's see what that's done for us. We're heading this way into the light. Okay, let's put a maneuver node here. And what we want to do is kind of just... oh no, wrong way. We kind of just want to burn ourselves around the moon, I think, and then we'll flick ourselves off. So we're spinning uncontrollably because I don't know if we haven't really got any SAS. We've got no electrical charge at the moment. We might have soon once we get high enough. We are spinning quite badly actually from that thrust. No control whatsoever. And we've got 3 minutes until we get to the point of where we need to do our thrust. So let's just speed up time. And we're just coming into a place where some of our solar panels are getting some electrical charge. So the SES system is now working. Thank goodness. So I can actually put us in the right position for this burn, which is 6 seconds. I don't think this is going to work. There we go. So we've got 1 minute until that burn. Let's speed up time. Four, three. May as well start the burn now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. There. Right. Okay. We now have a circular orbit at 42,000 kilometers around the moon. We need to get back to Kerbin. Let's add a maneuver node. And bring it out. Bring it round. Whoa. Okay, didn't mean to do that. Let's just... Now we're going to do a dirty stop again. That is where we enter the sphere of influence, moon escape. Let's just... Oh, there we go. So we are just aiming this basically straight back at the planet there. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let's delete that node because it's gone wrong. Let's add a maneuver there. Bring it round. There we go. Now, expand that out until it hits the planet. And ideally, that's where we're going to... That's moon escape. According to this, in 3 seconds. But I don't know whether that will make us crash into the planet or not. By the looks of it, we'll end up in this sort of orbit here, which we don't want. Now that sort of thing would be good. We'd crash into the planet, I think. Which is fine by me. Oh God, I can't believe we're doing it like this. Let's see if that will work. So we need to find out where that electrical charge is building up quite nicely. And actually, what we can do, we didn't do one of these contracts. We might be able to do it quickly now. Transmit or receive scientific data from space around the moon. Okay. Well, let's do... Oh, we didn't transmit from the surface. Which is a bit of a shame, which means we might have to come back, Patman. But never mind. Transmit or recover scientific data from space around it. Let's review the crew report and transmit it. There we are, transmitting, uploading data. That's another one done. Okay, we should have transmitted from the surface. Oh, hang on, or recover. When we get back, we should be all right with that one. Right, according to this, it's going to be a 5-second burn. We are almost exactly in the right position. I'm just going to press caps lock to get the fine mode. And I'm also pressing the wrong button. I want to get that smack on there. There we go. Right, 32 minutes until we're at this particular location. Let's speed ourselves up. Allow those 32 minutes to pass. Come on. 19 minutes, 17. 9 minutes, 8 minutes. We're getting close to our maneuver here. I hope it is 5 seconds of maneuver because I think we've only got about 10 seconds of fuel left. And let's stop it there. Zoom in. Yes, 35 units of liquid fuel. Not good at all. It's still saying 5 seconds. We just need to make some adjustments. We're not quite facing the right way. That looks like we are facing it now. Oh, a slight... God, ever so slight... There, that'll do. Right, we're burning, we're burning. 3, 2, 1. Bam! That's what it says it's going to do. We've got stuff happening all over the place. I think we may have done it. I think that may have done it. Let's just cancel that maneuver. Apparently, that's where we escape the moon, and then we get into the planets and... Right. I have no idea where this is going to work. Let's have a look. So, we're now accelerating time. We have 3 liquid fuel remaining for possible other things. No idea what. Here comes our intercept with the sphere of influence with the planet Kerbin. There it is. Have we got a crash? We have got an intercept with the planet. Pac-Man, you're coming home! So, excuse me, I've never done this before. I'm a bit excited. So here we go. Oh, we don't want to go too quickly. We don't want to miss this. So, here we go. The planet Kerbin. Getting closer now. We can start zooming in. Now, we do have, like I say, three units of fuel left. How close was this? How unbelievably close was this? And it looks like we're just going to land in the sun on the daylight side. We have got that little bit of fuel. So if I wanted to, I could try and just... I don't know. I would probably just use it for deceleration purposes. Oh, I can't believe I've managed to pull this off. I don't want to go too quickly, though. Here we go. So I'm going to just point ourselves along our prograde vector and just use those last bit of fuel to give us our boost. Now I'm just going to slowly bring it up. There it is. You can see. And that's it. That's it. All our fuel is now gone completely. It went that quick. Let's turn the throttle off. We are purely ballistic now as we come hurtling back towards the planet. Let's just go back to the main mode. Here we are. Here's Kerbin. There's our... I think we're supposed to be this way up from our frame of reference. I try and keep the same way up all the time. And we can now turn our gears off. May as well rotate the... Can we even rotate the craft? Let's turn the SAS... What? Why? Oh, we're under time acceleration. Let's turn time acceleration off. Those gears need to come in. There we are. We shouldn't have had the landing gear out. We're going to face the bottom towards the planet. May as well. We're going to turn the SAS off. Because, oh no, it was pointing us the wrong flipping way round. That'll do. There we go. As we head back towards the planet, so a bit more speed. We have been 3 days on this mission now. This is going to be a very, very harsh re-entry, and we've got no throttle to help us otherwise. Coming in at 3,000 meters per second, surely this would actually normally make things burn up. So, nearly at normal sort of, well, we're getting close to the atmosphere. Getting close to the atmosphere now. Just pointing the bottom towards the planet. 80 kilometers. And 70 kilometers. We're out of space. We're going to hit the main atmosphere soon. We're heading sideways a lot. We're going at 3,230 odd meters per second. I'm hoping that we're going to hit the air and hopefully not bounce off the planet. I don't think that's possible in Kerbal Space Program. Here we go. Extreme deceleration now as we go through the atmosphere. Look at that glow. We're still heading at 2,000 meters per second. G-forces are going up to 15 Gs. Past 15 Gs, we're at 14,000 meters. We're still slowing down lots. The Gs are starting to ease off. 8 kilometers. 500 meters per second. I don't want to open the chute at these speeds. 6,000 kilometers. Still don't want to open the chute at these speeds. 5,000. We're going too quick, but we are slowing down. 4,000. We're under 200 meters per second now. I feel a lot better about this whole situation. 3. Okay, let's bring it onto its side for the separation and separate. There goes the moon lander. It will get destroyed as it hurtles back towards the planet. I didn't decide to put any parachutes or stuff on that. It is going to explode in a blaze of glory as it hits the surface of the planet very soon. And now I think, there we go. All the bits land all over the place. But safely, Pac-Man's parachute is open. Let's... A little bit of time acceleration there. Made it wobble quite badly. We've got the communicatron on the side and the temperature sensor. We're going to keep that. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button, that's why. Time accelerate down to the ground. I don't know how high up we are. We're going to have to use our shadow. Where's our shadow? There's our shadow. So when the shadow gets close, we decelerate time. We're getting quite close now. No landing gear on this, but we don't need it. It's just a pod and a parachute. And back to the planet. Brilliant. Oh my goodness. Right. Let's recover this vessel. Yeah. Recover the vessel. Woo! Well done, Pac-Man. Well done, my friend. You, my friend, went to the moon and had a little run around. So let's just recover it. Oh, look at that money! Right, okay, here we go. So we received 24 science from an EVA report. We got another EVA report from the actual moon itself. That was 32 science. We got a temperature scan from the Midlands of the moon. That was 32 as well. And recovery of a vessel that returned from the surface is 300 science. In total, we got 118 science from that. We got the command pod back, the parachute back, the thermometer, and the communitron. We didn't really get a lot of money from that, and it was only 44% of the value because it was too far away from the space centre. So we got just under 1,000 funds. But the crew, here's Pac-Man, 5 XP gained. Brilliant, well done, Pac-Man. Let's click done on that. And also, we've got these notifications here. So we successfully explored the moon. We got a load of science, a buttload of reputation. We wasn't going to get any science from that, but we actually take a -26 on the reputation and a +16 on the science from our little contract at the administration building. 120,000 there, 15,000 there, another 15,000, 22,000, and another 15,000. I would say that is fantastic. Now we've got a few bits of debris to pick up, and I will do that soon. But there we are. An extra long episode today. We're an extra long mission. We went to the moon and succeeded. I need to refine that design, make it more efficient, make it more reliable. We only just had enough fuel. Only very, very just had enough fuel on that mission. Yeah. So I need to refine that, make it better, make it more reliable, because we're going to do higher orbits around the moon, do all sorts of scientific data, and I'd love to take the science modules out there as well. Well, that's all from me for now. If you've enjoyed this adventure, remember to give the video a like. If you want to keep up to date with all my other videos, including this series, remember to subscribe, and of course, leave any thoughts, ideas or questions down in the comments. But that's all from me for now. Thank you very much for watching, and until I see you next time, goodbye.